Derrick Jackson joining us now. How's it going, man?
Good. Can you guys hear me now?
Absolutely.
Good. Hey, Dustin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Derrick. I was going to say that you need to teach me here on my beard game here. Mine's all pat. You got a good one going there. Mine's all patchy and trying to get it to grow in.
I don't even hardly recognize him, man. He looks so different with that beard going.
I know, man. You know what? I'm just letting it grow. Just get it trimmed up every now and then. You really have to get to a point, Dustin, where you just don't shave. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Hey, I'm at home. I'm retired, man. So I'm living life. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing coming from this Indiana Hoosiers. You guys were talking about a crawfish, and I was telling you, Jim, before I left a little bit ago, I recently started learning. I just learned how to eat crawfish, to be honest, man. I didn't know. Some people eat the head, some people don't. Dustin, help me out here, man.
Well, I don't know that I did it right because I haven't been to one down here in the South. So, it's all still very foreign to me. It's been a long time ago. I'll check it out and I'll get back with you the next time I go to a crawfish boil.
Good, man. Good. I know, from what I understand, it is good though, Jim. Very good.
That's a good time. That's all that matters. What's up with you? What's happening? What's new?
Nothing, man. I'm sitting here very pleased with the draft. Just so you know, Devin he signed with Tampa Bay as an undrafted free agent with Tampa Bay. Jim, he was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to get a couple more guys on here in a couple of weeks. And then we had another guy, Zaquandre Wright from North Fort Myers High School, which is my alma mater, which is Deion Sanders' alma mater. Richard Fain, Jabari Kersey. Anyway, he went to Miami as an undrafted free agent. He's a running back in South Carolina. Of course, you do know Destiny Henderson. Dustin, she's from here in Fort Myers. She's up there at the Indiana Fever. She's doing very well up there. And just looking at this quarterback room, I really believe that guy from Missouri, is it Baselak? What's his name? Baselak. Yeah, I really think he's going to be the starter. They've got Jack Tollers there, and they've got Donovan McCulley. But we'll see, man. Ty Freifogel, I don't know if he got an undrafted free agent contract, but I do know that Peyton Hendershot, I think he went to the Cowboys. Is that correct?
Yeah, they a lot of guys signing undrafted free agent contracts. Several. I'll have to pull it up to get the entire list, but yeah. Somebody went to the Packers. There were several of them that signed out. So we'll see if they can hold on. It's a hard thing for an undrafted free agent to make a roster. Dustin, what's the percentage you think of undrafted free agents that make a roster?
I would say 1%, man. If you ask me, those guys have to have, for an undrafted free agent to make a roster, they have to be multi-talented. And when I say that, and I'm not just saying Devin because he's here. Devin is a receiver, but he's also a very dangerous return man on special teams. Yeah. So that gives him another avenue, as opposed to me just coming in there being a receiver and that's it. Unless I can, like when I came to IU, my first year, I didn't play defense. I got in a few games, but my forte was special teams. I had to make the kickoff team. The only way we would travel is if you make special teams. And if you mess that up, you're just not going to play. So I just really think that these guys, if he come in there, he's got good speed and just sub 4.4, little guy. But if he can prove that he's a dangerous return man, I think that he'll stick on. Peyton, I think Peyton will stick on. I really do. I think Peyton has a great shot. He had a great season. Michael McFadden, it's going to be a long shot for him. But hey, man, I'm always pulling for the guy from Indiana, man.
Derrick, I want to ask you this because I think hopefully these leagues stick on. But to me, the benefit that a guy like Devin has, some of these other guys, that if they don't make a roster in their first year, they can go to the USFL. They can go maybe to the XFL. They can continue to play and then prove themselves on the semi-professional level. Whereas, just a few years ago, that was something that they really didn't have the option of. You got to go to, be on a practice squad. You got to go to fall or summer camp or whatever the case might be to try to prove yourself. Now these guys can potentially, if they don't quite work out that first year, they have a chance to go get some professional training, play in a league, the USFL, XFL, and I'm really hoping those leagues stick on because I love the fact that now these professional athletes have multiple avenues to go down if it doesn't work out right away in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that with that being said, guys like Devin, he has a future in football, whether it's NFL, USFL, Canadian Football League. He has a future. Obviously speed helps. When you said that, we had a guy last year, again from Dunbar High School here in Fort Myers, Austin Watkins, he's from University of Alabama, Birmingham, and he was signed as an undrafted free agent with San Francisco. Well, he didn't make that. He sat out a year because he took an injury settlement. Now Tampa Bay just signed him to a 3-year contract, little over a couple $1 million. So, there are multiple avenues, man, when you have multiple talent. But when your talent is just, you said it, Devin. I must say, you said it, Dustin. I mean, hey, man, there are other developmental leagues that are out there right now.
NIL, man. I keep talking about it, but it is crazy how it changes every aspect of every single little thing. What have you seen from you're down in Florida? What's been the talk of it down there? The impact? We see teams like Miami, Florida State, and Florida who have used to dominate college football, and from a state that produces a ton of talent, they don't anymore. And NIL is a tool, I think, that Florida is a team that would benefit greatly from it for certain. I don't know about Florida State because that's the reason that Jimbo Fisher left, is because they were not investing in facilities, to my knowledge. So we'll see. But do you see the benefit? What's going on down there with it?
Well, I can tell you what, Miami, not to be funny, but Miami's been doing NIL for years. So for the Hurricanes, now that it's legal, I mean, this should serve as a great benefit. And I think head coach Mario Cristobal is really doing a good job with bringing in, and I keep preaching this, and I say this to Coach Allen every time. And Coach, if you're listening, this guy is, and I'm not saying that it's going to, make a complete turnaround, but Coach Cristobal is bringing in other players, past players, and he's bringing in NFL talent. They've got the one alumni that I think he offered 10 or 12 players NIL deals. I mean, he's an alumni. The guy got the money to do that. He's offering these guys $1 million each. I mean, man, I'm 18 years old. I'm from the hood. I don't have a car. I come from a single parent home. I'm living in a wooden house. What do you think? Where do you think I'm going? You tell me. In Indiana, I'm going. Am I going to the University of Miami? Where am I going?
Follow the money, baby. Follow the money.
That's all I'm saying, man. And my hats off. I know Coach Allen is trying to listen. I'm a proponent of doing things the right way. But guess what? NIL nowadays is legal. It's nothing under the table. We've got to get some guys, man, that we can offer some NIL deals to. We've got this. Listen, if I was a rich alumni, listen, man, hey, man, listen, $2 million, man, I need you in Indiana. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's where you're gonna fit in. If it's legal, what's the problem? I don't see what the problem is.
Do you think, Derrick, that this has been a conversation now for weeks, and probably you could date it back, that when this kind of started, it would separate the haves and have-nots. Do you see that being the case? Because I look at Indiana basketball is not going to be a problem, but Indiana football, they've had trouble filling Memorial Stadium. So are they going to be able to keep pace? They've been close to beating teams like Ohio State. They beat Michigan. They beat Penn State. But I'm afraid that in this new era of college football, and depending on how it goes, if there's going to be any regulations, is that gap going to just continue to widen?
I think so, man. If we don't, I look at when I was there playing under Coach Mallory, what he had to do to get us in line with these programs that were being successful on the field. So now Coach Allen's task is to do the same thing. And I can tell you that close to beating teams, and it's just part of the business. Unfortunately, close to beating someone this year is not going to be good enough. We're going to have to win. We're going to have to win this year. We're going to have to win. Get out. My dog DJ, get out. My dog DJ, we're going to have to win this year. And these NIL deals, I mean, we're going to have to get some guys on some NIL deals, or we're going to lose that. I mean, we're not going to be able to close the gap.
Yeah, that's a concern. I think that Indiana is going to fall by the wayside on the football side of things, and I think it's going to benefit them greatly on basketball. Unfortunately, but it's a dog-friendly show, so all dogs are welcome.
This guy.
What kind of dog you got there?
He's a quick will say hi, DJ. Say hi, DJ.
You got your hand in the way. You got your hand in the way. There you go. Yeah, he's a rascal.
Yeah, he's a little rascal, you know. Yeah, he's a rascal, man.
Yeah, I think that Indiana definitely there's going to be separation here, and unless a bunch of the feeling for basketball and football is just not the same. People want to see Indiana basketball succeed. They want that desperately. They would like for football to succeed. They would love for football to succeed. Well, it does not drive people crazy at night that it's not good. They wish it was. But
we got
basketball's good. All else is good for Indiana fans.
Yeah, well, the fans were teased about 2 years ago when we had that season during COVID. You know what I'm saying? And now, unfortunately, it's I guess it's proving some people right that, hey, man, COVID is what happened. That was a fluke. I don't think it was a fluke. I think we are talent. We have a lot of talent. I think we need to get more talent in our program. And I think once we are able to get that talent and we're able to utilize NIL to leverage that, then we're going to be able to compete with some of the bigger programs. But like Dustin was saying, that gap is going to widen. Basketball is not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a problem at all. But that gap is going to widen if we do not use NIL to not just utilize NIL. I mean, even with transfer portal, I mean, Coach Deion Sanders at head coach Jackson State said it best. I mean, NIL is becoming free agency now, man.
I think, to me, Derrick, one of the things about Indiana's last season, I agree with you. I don't necessarily think the 2020 season was a fluke. And you look back at 2019 when they won 8 games and they had a chance to win even more and get the monkey off their back in terms of winning that bowl game. I just think that mindset, I feel like the mentality was they got praised a lot more than what a lot of Indiana football is used to getting praised by the national media. They were a top 10, top 15 team heading into the season. And so to me, it was more about the mentality of going from the hunter where nobody expects anything from us to all of a sudden we're supposed to be number 2 in the Big Ten East challenging Ohio State for the Big Ten championship game. And I think after they lost, after they had that abysmal first half against Iowa, I just think they were trying to play catch up the rest of the season. That, to me, that was a bigger thing than it being necessarily a fluke.
Right. It wasn't necessarily a fluke. Like I said before, I don't believe that either. I'm just some of the people that, said it. Okay, it makes them feel good right about now. But listen, man, we've got the talent. We've got the recruiting capability. I believe we have a recruiting budget. It's just that NIL is going to prove it's going to shake up a lot of programs this year. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, look, man, like I said, even without NIL, I mean, coaches, I mean, you got a coach, and I hate to keep alluding to the fact, but you get a coach like Deion Sanders at a program. I mean, kids are coming to his program. 4 and 5 stars are coming to his program, man. He doesn't need to use NIL. He don't need to use NIL. He just say, hey, I'm Deion Sanders, come to my program, and we can probably get you somewhere in, get a shot in the NFL if you work hard enough for it, you want it bad enough.